I was having this thought this morning about the mindset shift that really made money fun for me. And I think it was treating it almost like a game, where in a game, you collect resources, whether it's Monopoly money, whether it's Catan, you get sheep or wheat. And in the game, you strategically decide how these resources are going to get you further towards your goals. By switching my mindset and almost applying this to real life, I started to look at my paychecks as resources. And obviously I have bills and things that have to be paid. But after those bills and those needs are paid, I look at what's left over and these resources that I have. And instead of mindlessly spending them like I used to in the past, just because I had X amount in my bank account, and then feeling stressed that I didn't have any money left over, didn't have money for one-off things that come up. I got asked to go on a vacation, don't have money for it because I didn't plan for it. I started to look at the resources and say, okay, what's the things that I truly value in life? What are my values? What are the things that those things that are really going to move the needle for me and make me feel like I'm living an aligned life? For me, it's not working till I'm 65. It's being able to retire, have time freedom in my 40s or 50s. And so putting some money aside into investments to work harder for me, to start growing and compounding so that I can have my time back and I don't have to work for money much earlier than 65. Also, maybe it's a dream vacation. We went to Japan last year and we paid for it entirely out of savings buckets because we were able to put some of those resources aside for this thing that we really valued in the future and planned for, so that when the time came, we were able to pay for that without going into further debt and causing stress. And so that mindset shift of, here are my resources, how can I be in control and choose where to allocate them to live a life that's more aligned with my values, rather than mindlessly spending it all and then wondering, oh, shoot, I have none left over. Let's try again next month, and just repeating the cycle. So that mindset shift really made money fun for me because I started allocating those resources in a strategic way that aligned with what I wanted out of life. And when you start putting your money, especially into investments, it starts to work harder for you. So instead of you having to go trade your time for extra dollars, your money starts kind of buying you back your time by earning more money itself without you having to do the work. And so that mindset shift made money fun for me because it allowed me to strategically set myself up for success in the future. And then whatever was left over, I still leave a portion left over at the end of the month to spend guilt-free without feeling bad about it. But then I had less to spend guilt-free. So I had to be more intentional about how I was spending it. So instead of just mindlessly blowing it on whatever without really thinking about whether those things were adding value to my life, I have to now stop and think, okay, I only have X amount left over because I've used it to set myself up for the future. How am I going to spend this, and how is it going to add true value to my life now? And that entire thing has really shifted money in general for me and made it a lot more fun.